man. Listen, I promise you, I understand. So it's been one of them weeks on Big Dog.
Man.
Man, listen.
I've been ripping the running all fucking day.
Oh, I already know. I already know. I'm already knowing, bro. It's been one of the weeks for real, though. Man, listen. I promise you, I don't understand.
Surprised you ain't got the game on.
I forgot the game was coming on. Who playing tonight?
Golden State, Game 7.
Golden State Game 7. I forgot that more was coming on tonight.
And we ain't done.
You said what?
We ain't done.
Y'all ain't done.
Man, I gotta try to get some shit. She gotta be on there by tomorrow.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, this motherfucker's down the 3rd floor.
Huh?
It's down the 3rd floor.
That's a lot of walking, big dog. That's a lot of walking.
You see me here rubbing my knee trying to think about this shit.
Look, that's a lot of walking, big dog. So other than that, just moving this. You had a good week so far, big dog.
I mean, yeah, it's been solid.
What up, Cam? What up, Cam? Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate it.
Had that event today. At City Walk.
Oh yeah, I had started. You had it.
Yeah, it was a nice little vibe. But yeah, it's been a straight week, man. Just worried about Mom. That's an everyday thing, so.
She's straight?
She hurting. But
oh yeah.
gotta figure something out. So how was your week?
It was good, bro. It wasn't bad at all. It's been real, real productive, staying focused on the grind, trying to stay locked in, life be life and everything flowing the way it flow,
Life, definitely life, man.
Yeah, for real. I had, Rich shoes came out, took him his shoes, whatever, took him his clothes, so he liked those, so you know what I'm saying? Make sure he's straight, make sure he got what he need. I had Drew this weekend.
Oh, you gotta see the young Kyrie.
Right. King Reed. Yeah. The legend in the making, the legendary.
The young Padawan.
Right, young Padawan, straight A student, triathlete, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of him, man. I'm proud to be his dad, man. My guy, both my guys, they dope. I got some dope kids. Handsome, intelligent, they dope. They got their own personality, their own sauce, their own swag. This is like, I'm like, bro, whatever make you happy, bro. Whatever make y'all happy, dad happy. I promise you. That's the best. It's the best title to ever have, like, dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know you went the way. I'm just saying, like, yeah, just saying. What up, Core? What up, Core? Appreciate you tapping in, big dog.
Oh, young Core.
Young Core. Young McIntyre.
Young old man.
Young Caps in the building too. Young Caps.
Oh, Caps in. What up, Caps? All capitals.
Right. We missed you last week, big dog. We missed all the capital comments. But
big cap, not the little one.
We just chopping it up. Golden State up 33-24. 7 minutes left till halftime. checking out the game. You know, had this nice little episode. So, you know, welcome to Jew's Word. My guy Sway. I'm Jew if you ain't know.
Sway if you ain't know, because last week somebody didn't know. The guy in the white.
Yo, so conversation tonight is identifying your darkness. We're gonna go deep tonight, y'all. We're gonna go deep. No holds barred. I need y'all to be 100 in the comments. Being 100. Be transparent. Be authentic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come from an authentic space. We're gonna give y'all our take from my experiences and the things that happen to us to make us get to this point. You know, our thought process. So we want y'all to tap in. Everything is unisex. It's not pertaining to the men more than the women. It's balanced. You know, it's a two-way road. Ain't no double standard up here, baby. Ain't no double standard. Everybody getting smoked. Everybody getting to work up here. Monique Slick Talker, thank you. Tapping in, so I appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, our conversation tonight is identifying your darkness. You know, identifying your flaws, identifying your shortcomings, identifying your addictions, your, you know, things you're not proud of that you feel like is your dark side of you. You know what I mean? Everybody has flaws. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got things that they have going on in their life. Like we said, life be life. Everybody done got themselves in bad situations that they like, I know I shouldn't even been in that situation. But you know, you identify your darkness or you gotta take accountability of what mindset you was in to allow yourself to get into that space. And so, like I said, everybody has flaws, everybody has baggage, but can you identify your baggage? Can you identify the things that you feel like that are flaws in your character, that is things you need to work on to make yourself better, improve? You know what I'm saying? It's all about elevation and evolution, bro. That's what it's all about. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you know. So we gonna jump into that. About 10, 11 more minutes, you know. Give you a little preview.
I was going to ask you what you was referring to. But I got you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, I enjoy, you know, busy, working, making sure my boy's straight, you know, enjoying life. Like that's the American dream.
Yeah.
But, you know, things might not be exactly how you wanted your dream to be, but you know what I'm saying? Like everything happens for a reason. Paths you give, you can't choose the hand. You know what I'm saying? The cards that you dealt, you just gotta play that mode.
Play it like a motherfucking...
Like you got all Trump in your hand, man. I mean, I'm just saying though, like you gotta be playing your hand. Like in life, you can't help what hand you dealt. You can't help those situations. You can't help your family you came into. Everything is planned it purposely. But my whole thing I want with us to understand and for us to agree on is it's always a chance to right every wrong that's going on in your life. You can't avoid it. Some situations you can't avoid. You know, it's a lesson in that storm that God wants you to learn. So, you know, you gotta be vigilant and sober-minded. Be vigilant and sober-minded. You gotta have that discernment to really decide what you looking for. What is this qualifying? Is your standards too low for this? Is your standards too high for this? You know, shoot. Whatever your mindset is, that's the level of mindset people you attract to, though. You know what I'm saying? If you low vibration minded, you're gonna attract low vibrational people. If you mid, you're gonna attract mid. If you top octane, you're gonna be top octane. You're gonna be high vibrational. That's the type of people you're gonna have in your life. And we all have to look in the mirror and adjust ourselves, give ourselves that pep talk to be like, hey, don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. We ain't gonna do that no more. We gonna focus on other stuff, man. Listen. But the pep talk be real in that mirror, boy.
Shit.
The pep talk be real.
But you gotta, shit, walk in that path.
Man,
you give
what?
yourself a pep talk and you go back to doing the same bullshit.
Right.
You ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself.
Right. That's why I said, like, shit, man. At least you gotta identify your darkness. What is my weaknesses? what I cannot survive around. Like, you got to point out, like, the flaws in your armor.
Yeah.
You got to be able to point them out and understand how they got there. Because it's a why to every what.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a crack in my armor. How I get this crack in my armor. You know, it's just from self-evaluation and self-accountability. Like, what you allowed yourself to go through, what you allowed yourself to go down to. Like,
and that shit tough. Some people don't want to deal with that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Some people definitely don't want to deal with it. But that's all part of growth. All part of leveling up.
Man, you said something then. You can't grow if you ain't uncomfortable.
Shit.
You can't elevate if you ain't uncomfortable. You can't get what Future said. Don't get too comfortable. Do not get too comfortable.
Remember, life gonna fuck your ass over.
Mm-hmm. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too complacent. You gotta really, like I said, like I've been saying before, if y'all checked out my reels on YouTube, you know, I be talking about that shadow work. You gotta work on yourself, man. Like, you gotta heal. You gotta attempt to heal. Like, what they say, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is insanity, right?
Definition.
Shoot, you gotta change the way you move. It's okay to make mistakes. Shoot, but what you gonna do after you made that mistake? You gonna go down that road again? Or you gonna be like, you know what? That cost me too much. You know what I'm saying? That cost me too much. If something costing you your peace and your mental stability, get out of there. Out of there. Immediately.
Quickly.
Immediately.
Expeditiously.
Or everything, bro. Out of there. Pew. For real. Like, man, listen. That junk crazy though. Like, a lot of times we are our biggest enemies. Ain't a lot of times we are.
Most of the time.
We're definitely our biggest enemy.
Biggest hater.
Man, what? We'll talk ourselves out some of this our blessing, boy. Talk ourselves down, boy. Pride, ego. Like, you don't want to feel vulnerable. You don't want to face yourself. You might have a perfect person in your life and they tell you something about yourself and they be telling you the truth about it. And it's up to you to receive what they're saying. You're going to get offended by it. You see what I'm saying?
Trust me. Trust me. I'm going through that right now.
You gotta identify it.
Yep.
You definitely gotta identify it. Because I'm going through that now too. Like, just with myself, just being on this path of elevation and you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to change your mindset from thinking fleshly and trying to be more spiritual minded, more, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that box that society put us in, like I talked about before. Like, that's when you elevating and you shifting. Like, man, every part of your life shift, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like, you can't elevate one part of your life and think one other part you don't want to elevate. You gonna have that same mentality on grinding and manifesting, you being a millionaire or whatever you manifesting for success. You gonna have to manifest that in love, manifest that in parenting, manifest that in brotherhood or sisterhood, or best friendhood, a husband or wife. You gotta elevate all of that around you. You gotta be well rounded. Like,
and that's being well rounded is something that a lot of people don't comprehend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to a jack of all trades,
master of none,
because you gotta be able to touch every aspect of not only your life but the lives around you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if you just single-minded, you tend to let other things to the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or you tend to, that could be that flaw. You feel me? And if you can't realize or you don't see it for yourself, then shit, You're gonna be stuck.
Man.
He's a great worker, but he can't, you know what I'm saying? He's a great husband, but
he gonna focus on one task at a time.
He's and that shit it can be detrimental. Very, very detrimental.
Yeah.
And you gotta, you know what I'm saying, be able to look at yourself like, well, damn, she said, my boss said, my homeboy said.
Everybody saying the same thing.
Same thing, bro. Like, if I always say, if two or more people saying the same thing about you, you know, it might be true. It might be true. You know what I'm saying?
Might be.
And
might be.
You just gotta.
Yeah, you gotta look at yourself and evaluate yourself and be like, is it this? Because some people, you can easily get somebody on your side and tell them, whoop de whoop, X, Y, Z. It's all about how mentally strong and how much discernment they got in you know, to see what bullshit is. So you're gonna be like, you know, a lot gonna spread, bro. Like, that's why I made a video earlier this week, bro. Like, man, let that lie stand, bro. I made it on my reel. I put it on my TikTok page, man. Like, man, let that lie stand. Stop trying to defend yourself about anything. You know, one thing I was taught coming up with strong black women behind me, in my corner, you know, just people gonna talk about you to the day you die, whether you do good or bad. Why worry about it? Be you. If they can't accept you for you, fuck them. Simple as that. Like, man, I mean, I ain't everybody cup of tea, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You gotta have a quiet taste to be over here in the part. You know
people
what I'm saying?
don't realize this shit.
I don't want to be no Miller High Life, the champagne or bitter. No, I want to be a Heineken. You ain't got that quiet taste. You ain't finna drink no Heineken. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in the beer sense. You know what I'm saying? We can even go high. Like, you want to be Duce or you want to be Evan Williams? You want to be Duce or you want to be Evan Williams? I'm just saying. To be real about it. That irk and jerk.
That right good, boy.
I'm just saying.
Some memories with that shit, bro. That NJ, the VSOP.
You right, that VSOP, right.
Trash.
Come here. That VSOP some rough though, bro. I tried that VSOP one time. I ain't tried that bitch no more.
That used to be the shit back in
It was though. It was. Everybody was on the VSP hard. Cause then it came on that song, Pastor Kavasi. See, then it been influenced y'all for a long time.
First of all.
Bust around Pastor Kavasi gave.
First of all. Whoa.
That shit was nasty as hell, bro.
Whoa.
They had y'all drinking that shit. I didn't drink that shit.
Shit, look at when, nigga, being young, nigga, you didn't care about that shit.
You really did. Yeah,
you didn't want to get drunk, dog. That's how that shit was.
Yeah. But I remember we had that damn Pinnacle, all the flavors.
No, boy.
Ooh, boy.
No, boy. Try playing a football game off half an MD 2020.
Ooh, not strawberry and bananas.
What flavor? What was the orange one? The orange one was, I can't even
I think it was mango and pineapple or something like that.
Boy, that shit was nasty. Boy, imagine you drunk off MD 2020 playing a high school football game, bro. We don't condone this shit. That's bad. You feel me? Bro, that MD didn't matter.
We do not endorse mindless drinking. We don't at all.
It didn't matter back then, shit, bro. We used to be off everything. Basketball, football, shit, it didn't matter. But it's definitely an acquired taste. Yeah. I know for sure. I ain't for everybody. Yeah. I got a hack say this shit. I am not for everybody.
I figured that out, man, through life, bro. A lot of times, man, it be so crazy because, man, we get ourselves in these situations and be blind to the whole situation. Then you be like, dang, after all of the dust, so you like, why was I in that situation? They just had you so, bruh. We be so quick to exemplify what ass backward mean when we come to situations, bro. This should exemplify ass backwards, bro. Can we put ourselves in some ass backward situations? We do.
We do.
We
definitely
really do.
But, you know, at the time, you know, I mean, those situations, as long as you ain't lying, you know what I'm saying, you ain't end up in jail or dead behind it, you know, it's a learning. You know what I'm saying? Learning to not, like you said earlier, learning not and having that discernment to figure out what the fuck going on. It be life lessons. That's what that shit is.
Yeah.
You gotta go through. He threw it for him, dumbass.
Man, he was trying to throw the ball.
He threw it at him. They gonna give him a flag.
When he was trying to pass the ball and he hit his hand, he was going through the motion.
That was extra. Tell you, they gonna call it. It's Draymond.
That man was finna pass the ball, bro.
It's Draymond. But, like, yeah. Watch, they gonna give him a flavor.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you gotta have the discernment. You gotta have that. Let me leave that right there. And leave that shit alone. Whatever the shit is, you know.
They slide it on the table, be like, ooh, yeah, that ain't for me. Pass that motherfucker down.
Or you gonna be like that, or ooh, a piece of candy.
Right.
A piece of candy.
Ain't no name on the wrapper, just candy.
That shit.
Man,
That
you
shit,
be like, what is this?
It could be brand name.
Yeah, you right.
And it still ain't good for you.
You right, that's true. I was thinking about that Halloween candy. How they just tell us back in the day, they said, listen, don't be eating no candy, ain't got no wrapper, no name on the wrapper. They used to tell us all kinds of stuff. But they was telling the truth, though. Because folk was out here getting poisoned and stuff, bro. You still going trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Let me go through your candy real quick.
Yeah. 1/3 of it gone.
By the time you get back to it.
Like, damn, where all my candy?
You need all that candy no way.
That's their favorite line. He know that damn candy no way. But that's how it is. I think the most profound statement that's ever been made about life came from Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. You damn sure don't be knowing. You don't be knowing, bro.
That's the point. Shit.
Life is like a box of chocolates. That pretty wrapped Christmas candy, and it got like 50,000 different candies. Let me try this. Oh my God, that's horrible. You spit that junk out. Ugh, what's this?
Coconut.
Right. Don't like it. Out of there.
But you gotta bite into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta. Man, life is about taking risks, bro. If you ain't willing to take no risks, you ain't trying to live, bro.
I agree, but I don't.
You gotta take everything is a risk. Every time you leave out your front door going to work, is that not a risk? Is that not subjective?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility you won't make it back home.
It's a possibility.
You take risk every day.
It's definitely a possibility nowadays. I've been told I don't take risks, so I don't.
How you gonna take risks?
Shit. Truthfully, I might not, cause I get, if it's working for me, it's working. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, risk look like it's all subjective. Risk look different to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
So when that job opportunity open, you put in for it, right?
Yeah.
That's taking a risk.
You don't
know whether you're gonna get it or not, but that's a risk though, right?
I'm taking a risk, but I know I got this job right here.
But it's the point that you even much trying to step up.
Yeah, putting yourself out there.
Yeah, you stepping up into uncharted territory. You ain't never been that before. Even use a risk when you started off as an associate. You moved up, assistant manager. Now you're a store manager. You took a risk when you took that job because you don't know how you was gonna do with that. You just have the confidence like, Lord, lead me. Boom, 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 boom. You see what I'm saying?
You're right.
So everything is a risk depending on how they categorize it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're most definitely right with that.
Yeah.
You're most definitely right.
Yeah. Dang, Grandma, how you missed that layup?
Trying to win me that man.
Yeah, it's all about how you calculate your risks. But with your darkness affects your risk taking. I don't know.
Yeah, those intrusive thoughts.
Oh yeah, definitely intrusive thoughts. Definitely. You gotta identify that though. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody has been in a situation where they talk themselves out of, man, I don't know if I should put in for this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Negative thinking. You gotta watch what you speak and watch what you think. We be talking ourselves down. We really do. We do. We really be talking ourselves down. For sure.
So what, with acknowledging your darkness, what steps do you think one should take to actually acknowledge their dark side or their intrusiveness?
What steps they need to take after they identify it?
Well, even with that, you feel like if they think they have, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, what steps, once you figure out that you got something that is hindering you, what steps do you think are appropriate or needed to address those?
I think that you have to identify, first off, are you tired of going through what you're going through? Because if you're not tired of going through what you're going through, you ain't had fed up, you ain't had enough, then you're not going to take the correct steps to, you know what I'm saying, to correct your issues. Like, man, I told you, what up, big dog? What up, Ben? I've been told that I'm nonchalant. Mm-hmm. I don't really tap too much into my emotions. Mm-hmm. I don't get too high in the situation. I don't get too low in the situation. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's me being able to control my emotions through my experiences. Because if you don't know, sometimes we get all bent out of shape about shit that don't even much serve us no purpose. It's not adding to the goal. It's not taking away from it. It's just trivial. It's just logistics. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
just distractions to throw you off your path.
Right.
So I feel like with me being able to control my emotions now, it's more so like what my pop said, man, you gotta be like a duck in the rain in life. You gotta let that shit roll off your back, and you don't never supposed to let them see you sweat. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be like that because you can't think and you can't operate off emotion. You can't. You can't think and operate off emotions. That's when you put yourself in situations where you're making permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can't. What up, Ash? Apple tree head. What up, Ash? Appreciate you tapping in, big sis. But yeah, like.
Before she gets started.
Right. You know, she's. You know, we the same. When we start, we don't stop. Mm-hmm. Crack till the sun go down and come back up again. But yeah, I think that like when you identify your darkness, man, you gotta be, like I said, you gotta be sick and tired of it. Like you gotta understand, like, dang, do you really want better for yourself? Like we said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. So, man, listen. I done ran my head against the wall a few times, bro. And if I didn't make it up in my mind that I want better, I'm tired of being in toxic ass situations and stressed out and anxiety and not having no peace and find myself, I'm so balled up with this shit in my mind that I ain't enjoying life and life just passing by. Yeah. And you wasting time? Yeah. Bro, time is the most precious thing you can waste. Time. Because you don't know when your last days is. And how you gonna further your life? How you gonna be a great father? How you gonna be a great supervisor or anything when you got all this stress around you. You see what I'm saying? How you gonna keep going and moving and get to your goals if you got stress and negativity around you, bro? You can't do that. You can't.
I'll fire a motherfucker quick, bro. Quick.
Man, listen. But you gotta be like that though. In that environment that you in, you gotta be like that.
Yeah.
Because if you trying to reach a certain goal and somebody lagging and somebody holding you back, then you gotta cut that dead weight. You got to. That's right though. It ain't personal. It's just business.
Business. Absolutely. Yeah, you straight. Added to that, you know what I'm saying? Once you've acknowledged or, you know what I'm saying, come to the conclusion of what the issue or what the issues are, what's the next step? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do if you fail up? Like you said, you gotta want a different outcome in life. You gotta like step out of your box. Maybe it's therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
From personal experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy is outside of being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is hard as fuck because
I bet it is.
It's a lot of, you know, you can self-evaluate who you are, but when somebody who's truly objective, don't have no fight, no dog in the fight, just want to help you get through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit rough.
It is, because they going to tell you straight. They ain't going to sugarcoat shit. They ain't pulling no punches.
And they going to ask the hardest questions.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that you might have thought and be like,
that's your subconscious. It's deep down in there. You don't want to bring that out.
Yeah, nah.
And that's them uncomfortable conversations you got to have with yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to hear it from somebody that ain't in your head.
But they hit that shit on the head like, ding. Oh, yeah, you like, ooh.
Okay. That shit rough.
I bet it is. You got to sit there and let somebody really read you. They telling you about yourself, and you got to respond.
Absolutely.
And you can't respond, and you have to respond in the most emotionally intelligent, spiritual intelligent, and logical way that makes sense and understand. That's why I say we come into agreement with the shit that we go through. We definitely do. We allow it because we always say, I find myself saying all the time, we want to give benefit of the doubt. Ain't no damn benefit in doubt. That's the biggest bullshit ever. I don't know where we get that from. I think we just heard our folks saying that just coming up. It's the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You gotta get the benefit of the doubt. We don't even know what the shit means. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Just brainwashed. Trash. Just brainwashed. Man, listen.
I mean, I think benefit of the doubt is kind of what you say. You know what I'm saying? You gotta agree to disagree. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt on it. You know, that's,
ain't no benefit in damn doubt. We just agree to disagree.
I'm saying that's just
yeah. Stalemate, goddamn. Stalemate.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Stalemate.
Stuck between a rock
and a hard place.
and a hard place. All these fucking analogies.
Right.
All these phrases that you grew up hearing.
And it's making so much damn sense that I be like, damn.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
They was giving us the game, you know, for real though. They were giving us the game, man.
Why you gonna be stuck between the rock and the hard place, man? Huh?
Use your head for more than a hat rack. My nana used to tell me that all the time. Hey, damn, this all I'm good as a damn hat rack. Shit. You know, stupid.
I only eat wear it.
Right.
Where'd she get that from?
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, you know, it's just rough, bro. I've only had two sessions so far. Finna schedule my third once I get some time. But if you like, and what my first session, she was like, say what you don't want to say.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's the intrusive and deep down thoughts.
When I ask you these questions, I'm not your girl, I'm not your mama, I'm not your sister, I'm not your home girl. Say what you don't want to say. Because that's the only way
this shit is gonna work.
We gonna break that shit down to where it need to be broken down to.
Yeah.
If you and true enough, your significant other is supposed to be your best friend. You supposed to, you know what I'm saying, say everything.
Mm-hmm.
But some of that shit
you can't say.
You can't say. You know what I'm saying? So to have somebody, and then even with your partners, like I can talk to this nigga about anything, but it's certain shit.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna say.
I'm not finna say to this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just everything I go through, he know about. But shit, what's in the back of my head behind that door? That's just
right. But you know what though?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's so crazy though? And it's just being 100, being transparent with you. Nigga, I done known you. I know when something fucking with you. I know it. You know I know. That's why I be like...
But with me, it ain't hard to tell. It ain't hard because that shit be...
But you know what? No,
right fucking here.
Even if I don't see you, bro, like, even if we ain't talk, like, I can just feel that shit, bro. I be like... And I just text you out the blue. What up, bro? You good?
Facts you have.
I do that shit all the time. Bro, we been brothers for 30 years, bro. You don't think I can feel your energy being off, bro? People don't realize, bro, when you with friends and family, whatever, for 30 years, bro, y'all got a spiritual connection that you can feel. You just tell something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that you and Drew, both of y'all. I know what's something wrong with y'all. I be like, hey, y'all straight? You good, bro? Then I be like, I hit you with that. Bro, you know you need to talk on him for you. Hit that nigga with that.
And I be like, bro, I'm straight.
And I can tell, I can see his face when that nigga respond. I be like, this nigga full of shit.
Yeah.
Count.
I'm straight.
Count fast. Count.
But like I said, some of that shit, I just can't tell you, dog.
Yeah, I know.
And,
I understand that.
And you know what I'm saying? It's nothing against, like I said.
Yeah,
I love this nigga. Like my brother, blood can make us closer.
Yeah.
It's
But
just,
I get it though. Yeah.
Shit, you know.
Some shit I can't talk to you about.
Right.
It took me a while. When I went through my divorce, it took me a while to talk to you about that. Remember, I ain't never say nothing about it. I ain't said nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
And you found out, you was like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I knew if I told you what type of time it was going to be. I already know. But me having to be a man about the situation, stand up in it, understand that, okay, I got myself in this. I asked her to marry me. I didn't check a lot of shit. You know, you don't know. You expecting, you older than me. You'd have been down this road before. Oh, that's a big cakewalk because you already know what you've been through that you didn't want to go through now. You can recognize that. It is not that fucking simple. It's never that simple. And that was naive on my part. That was green on my part.
It wasn't even green. I mean, bro, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. And I might have said this before. I get it. I get it. I got it. I understood. You feel me? I understood. Because I'm just on the outside. I understood.
Yeah.
You feel me? But just because somebody's been married before, you only heard
his side. I mean, what she said.
Her side of the story.
I already know that. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, that man might have been like, bro,
run.
You feel me? Like,
but you know what though? I never, when she told me her side of how everything transpired, I never just took that as that's what it was. I was like, nah, because it's three sides there, it's story. But you know, we together, okay, I get it,
I'm saying, but y'all had what you knew or what you thought you knew, you thought was good enough for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we said, shit, you gotta go through some shit to really figure out who the fuck you with. And you gotta be in it. You gotta, because, let's be real. A lot of women that marriage shit is always gonna be above their head when they start talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't really go through the waters until you're in the waters.
Mm-hmm. You can't prepare for something.
You can't prepare for that shit.
Anything new that's on a new level, you're never ready for it. You have to learn as you go.
Right. And then, you know what I'm saying? it's a lot of sparkly things on the outside when you're going through some dark, you know what I'm saying? No, the darkness of life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, if you can't put the blinders onto that sparkly shit,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
listen, we know what transpired.
yeah.
You know, shit, motherfucker like a cat. That cat, motherfucker, attention span.
Yeah.
Ooh, you feel me?
Ooh, a red light.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you can't blame yourself for somebody else's insecurities. You can't blame yourself for somebody else's deficiencies. You can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
it's true.
Like,
I had to come to terms with that shit, bro. Cause, bro, when that shit happened, bro, then my dad died right after that shit, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. My dad, this is crazy, and it might not make sense, but it might make sense. My dad died. That woke me up to a lot of miserable shit that I should never have been tolerating. And I looked at when my dad died, and you know the story. We already talked about all that. But the position and the situation he was in, you see what I'm saying? I don't want to go out like that. I don't.
You gotta, and that's part of life. You gotta learn from other people's situations.
My dad dying taught me so much, bro. Like, it's like God was like, okay, marriage, divorce, your dad died, your grandma, your auntie,
Wake the fuck up.
Like he shoved me, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, I need you to wake up your substance now. I need you to understand something. And now, I understood. I used to wonder, just sit back and look at my pops sometimes, I'd be like, the way I looked at my pops had an aura around him like Bruce Leroy. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, that's how I looked at my pops. And it's like, I would wonder, my dad, he never said that much. Later on in life when I was coming up, he never said that much. But he always smiled. He talked with, he was a man of few words.
Yeah.
Like, he spoke when it needed to be spoke. But he always taught me. I didn't understand what he was talking about. Be like a duck in the rain, let it roll off your back. Don't ever let them see you sweat. I didn't understand that. But when he died, it clicked. And when it hit me, boy, that shit was like a ton of bricks, boy. Bro, I was just like, boy, that shit knocked me on the floor, bro. I was like this. Damn, how I get down here? And when they hit me, bro, I was just like crying and all, bawling. I understand. That's all I can say, bro. I understand. I get it now.
And that's all he wanted you to do.
He said, basically, stand 10 toes in the storm, bro. You gonna go through some shit. You gonna go through it. Ain't no way around it. If anybody out there looking at this and you don't realize, bro, you gonna go through some shit, bro. You gotta endure in order to get the stuff. And when you endure stuff and situations, that shows you your darkness, going through them bad situations. They gonna show you your darkness whether you was at fault of the situation or somebody else was. It's gonna highlight your darkness because it's gotta be a balance. If Sway, my partner, betray me, I'm gonna have some type of anger built up towards him.
Right.
And now my darkness is exposed because somebody who close to me betrayed me. So you got to deal with that darkness. You got to identify, okay, why he betrayed me, why I feel like this, where these feelings came from. You know what? Either you gonna crash out behind it, or you gonna be like, you know what though, I'm gonna take the high road. You got to be, dog.
Cause sometimes it don't take no reaction. Or a reaction you think it do. That reaction could be you distancing yourself. And you
Man, what? That's the biggest sign.
Shit where it is, you know what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers want to crash out. I'm gonna put hands on and do this, that, and the third, but
that shit don't be fucking worth it.
No, I'm saying I ain't bet.
That shit don't be worth it, bro. Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
gotta
fucking
just slide it down off over there, bro.
This
I ain't dealing with this. I'm gonna
way,
give you your walking papers, big dog. You got it.
So, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't finna argue with you. That's for anything, though, for real, though. Like,
Facts. Like, you can't not let, I say, like, I think you said earlier, you can't let your present circumstances derail the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, deter you from take you off that path, because motherfucker could be miserable right now. And what the Lord say, you know what I'm saying? When you're in your darkest, that breakthrough right there, shit, that you be in your darkest hour. And if you give up,
you can't stop, bro. You gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going. Bro. Like I said, a man of substance doesn't stop moving. Can't stop moving.
Can't, bro. And I got, after that divorce and all that junk, bro, I just worked, bro. I worked. I spent time with my kids, bro. I was in the house. That's all I did. Work and spend time with my kids. I ain't go nowhere. It was just my kids and my boys, and you know what I'm saying, and my job. That's all it was. I ain't gonna lie. My sister and so they had to come save me. Save me.
For myself.
I mean, this boy in the trenches, man. Down here in the trenches, bro. I'm just like, man, I don't even want to open the blind. I want to the light in this motherfucker.
11 o'clock in the afternoon, it's black in this motherfucker. Bro, what the fuck? What you got going, bro? What's up, dog? Come on. It's birds outside. They chirping. Let's go see them. Come on.
Niggas, come on, we finna go touch some grass. Oh God, we finna touch some grass. But that was rough though, bro. That shit was rough. That shit was hard. I appreciate y'all coming to save me, bro, because I was in a dark place. But you know what though, like, I know God was there with me though. Because in them trying times when I was in this mug and nobody but me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, Lord, you my therapist. I don't need to go to no therapist. You didn't put nothing on me that I can't handle. I'm going to push through this. I'm going to keep on going. Trouble don't last always, big dog. You got to keep moving. 10 toes down.
It definitely don't.
You got to let that shit roll off your back. Man, listen. If it wasn't for my mind working the way it was, my mind was working so much, I was thinking about the divorce, thinking about my dad, that situation, my grandma. You know what I'm saying? Just all of that stuff happened at one time. Still going to work, still spending time with my kids. Kyrie used to ask me every weekend, Daddy, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, Kyrie. Daddy, it don't seem like it. It sure don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm like this mother. I'm all right, big dog.
Damn, he see it. You know,
look, turn up dog. If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking no. Man, Reed was there through all of that, bro. Before Drew got here, man, Reed was there with me through it. Reed had seen the ups and the downs, and he didn't see me at my lowest, and he seen me at my highest. And that right there, showing that, dang, my daddy going through all this, and he still make sure he spend time with me. He still make sure he ain't missing a football game. He still make sure he ain't missing a basketball game. He ain't missing no birthday. He ain't missing. Anytime I call him, he answering the phone. He give me more than just material stuff. He give me infrastructure. He give me confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the battery pack. I'm hyping him up all day. Him and Drew all day. I text him every morning. Have a good day, Kyrie. Be legendary. Be legendary, bro. Don't have a great day. Have an awesome, successful day. No, be legendary. I want you to be legendary. I want you to walk in the right path. I want you to have the correct mindset. I want you to rise above anything. Just because you're young don't mean you ain't gonna be destined for greatness. You destined for greatness when you was in the womb. So I pour that into him. But he said, what Corey said, not only that angle, but you're gonna probably end up putting up a wall going forward. Right. And that's how I am when it came to dating. So, like, after that, man, I was by myself for 2 years, boy. Like, that when y'all came to save me. Like, I was going down like Mary J. Blige after he got hit by KC on that coat. I was going down.
Crazy work.
I was going down.
Crazy work.
Nigga was sliding down the wall.
They said, who seen your ass? Seen it. Well, your sister had called me one time, like, bro, you talk to you? I had to think. I said, hell no. Hold on.
Boy, y'all want my phone to fuck
Hell
up.
no. You talk to his ass? Nigga, I know you talk to him. I ain't talking to that nigga. So, all right, well, we got him. Because, like I said, it take, you know what I'm saying, everybody get wrapped up in their own lives and shit.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing personal taking behind it. I mean, y'all had your own life. I really want to bother y'all with my shit, though, for real.
All right, shit, same here. But, you know what I'm saying? It's always, like I said, you always got to have people around you who really and truly got your back. That's in your corner.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. If you ain't got that, then you know what I'm saying. You ain't got nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a real broke motherfucker. Like,
if you ain't got no love, no support, bro, that's the true definition of wealth, though, bro. People think wealth is having money, bro. It's like, man, having love with your family, bro, having your core. Man, Jesus had a core, bro. He had the 12 disciples, but he had his core inside the 12 disciples. He had 3 that he was with all the time. But so what make you think that what make us think that we can make it through life without a core? Like I said, you gotta have a team.
You got to.
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't tennis, motherfucker. Even tennis players got a coach.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody who.
You can't do it by yourself, bro. It's a team. Life is a team sport, bro.
Even in the darkest times.
Yeah. But that's gonna be the testament. That's gonna be the testament of all your relationships, your connections with people. When you go through the darkest time, that's gonna be the real test of a friendship, real test of a relationship, whether it's your parent, whether it's with your kids, with your significant other, or whomever, your job. Yeah. Like, you can't just want somebody's light side of them. You gotta accept their dark side too, their flaws. You see what I'm saying?
Got to.
You gotta accept that.
That's a part of them.
Right.
That's a part of them. That shit's slow.
Of course, I don't know what it is about that son, but when you going through shit, you don't want to see that motherfucker. Right. Straight curse, clothes black. I promise you, boy. I was in this mode like goddamn playing laser tag.
Shit.
You see nothing but the cell phone light on in this bitch.
And he had that bitch on dim.
I don't want to see no bright light, boy. You ain't lying, boy.
Yeah,
man, listen. Listen, man, listen. They don't be real, though. They don't be real. But, yo, man, I had to get through that dark part. Well, I know what my darkness is now, like, as it's like, I'm putting my foot in the pool. You know what I'm saying? Even after the situation, after I was married, even after that situation, and you know what I'm saying?
And after that one,
man, it's just, I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest critic. Because I be thinking like, dang, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But then, when you look at it though, man, people, I got to my mindset through me healing, dealing with my darkness, sitting alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I dealt with my darkness. That's how you identify your darkness. Get into yourself, man. Where you can hear God, ain't no distractions around you, just you, God, and that's it. Like, you gotta have your quiet time. And me, I was told, I think it's a Gemini thing, because a lot of times we'll just get quiet. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't no Gemini.
You do that too? Oh, for real. I do time where it's like, it don't be nothing against the person or the person I'm communicating with, or even when it comes to Sway or my sister, my mama, them, they just know that when I get quiet, you in the lab. I'm in the lab cooking something up. I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying to deal with myself. I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to get on one accord with God. I'm praying and I'm trying to change the flaws about myself, because I ain't perfect. I'm not perfect at all. But that's what I do. That's how I get by myself where I can talk to God. Like, I have a meter for my social bar. When my social bar get low, it's always around vacation time. My social bar get low, like, okay, it's time to go out of town again. Let's go. That's how I do it. Lasts all the way to my birthday every year. Father's Day, all right, it's full now when I come back. And it works way on back down. And like, gotta put that more back up there. Man, just dealing with my darkness, I'm more surgical, I'm more precise, I'm more technical about where I put my energy. So it's more so like I choose me. Not in a selfish manner, but I choose me because I have to keep myself together because I know what I've been through and I have to make sure I'm making chess moves. This ain't checkers, this chess. And you realize when you go through stuff that how precious your energy is, how precious your time is. Like, I looked at every situation I done been in, and I ain't trying to throw shade on nobody or none of that. But every situation I done been in, I looked at the situation as, okay, how did they add to me? Because I've always had my own shit. I always had my own car. Always had. You see what I'm saying? What person was I with that came and actually made me better as a man? The person I am is the person I've always been. So I'm basically settling. I'm lowering my standards. You see what I'm saying? Like they say, love is blind. You'll miss some stuff. But you realize you got to take accountability. Like, yes, I lowered my standards. Situations I knew I shouldn't have been in, but I took the initiative to indulge in the wrong shit. That's basically what it was. Like, I did that. I allowed myself to go through that. So I never complained about what I went through. I just stuck my foot in the mud and I just kept on trucking. Like, dig in. Strap them boots up, big dog. Like they say, you can't play victim to the circumstances that was created. Especially if you caused the turmoil when it was good. That's why I don't do that playing victim thing, bro. I just speak facts on it.
That victim shit, bro, that's...
Then they want to come back. Hey, bye. FOH. All caps.
Leave your ass on red, bitch.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's that playing victim, and that's part of not... That's kind of narcissistic, well, manipulative. I ain't gonna say narcissistic. That's manipulative.
That is too holiday related.
You know what I'm saying? You got people who you did right by them, and just because they didn't see things the right way. Well, you didn't have to do this, woo up in the third, and you, bro.
Bro, it's not about my reaction. It's about what you did to get my reaction, bro. It's a cause and effect to everything.
Like, where's this coming from, man?
Yeah.
It take two.
Yes.
It take two. And as long as you're doing what you feel like is right, or you know what I'm saying, trying your best to make things how it's supposed to be, you know, shit just ain't no add up. You know what I'm saying?
You can't make a situation work by yourself either. You gotta have two people on deck trying to. This is what I think about a relationship. This is what I think about love. When it comes to dealing with your darkness, loving yourself. So dealing with your darkness and loving yourself and spending time with yourself, taking that time away from everything, that's going to help you love yourself more. You're going to get to a point where you're still moving. You might move it at a slower pace, but you're moving, healing. So then you're going to start, like, for example, when they came, I started getting out the house. You know what I'm saying? Getting some fresh air, getting some sun, seeing life go on outside of the situation, what you got going on, and that don't just propels you to, you know what, man, these folks living their life, bro. I tell you, you don't know what folks got going on.
Motherfucker. Life running past you, you don't even know it.
Right. That's what, man, listen. That's why I started doing my birthday trips. That's why I started doing that. That was an apology to myself for allowing myself to go through what I went through. And stuff predestined, man. You're going to go through stuff. You got to go through stuff. Some stuff is meant for you to go through. So it's all about the recovery from it. Every situation. You observe it, you investigate, you sit there, you observe it, but you don't absorb it. And my problem, my darkness is that I don't know when to leave sometimes. So when you stay there too long, you start absorbing the situation instead of observing. So you're absorbing all the negativity and the toxicity and all of that stuff. Then that starts to change you. Then you start to lose yourself. So you giving an insufficient amount of love, and you're not loving yourself. You loving your family. You pouring into them, but who's pouring into you?
Right.
So going through that situation, you lose yourself behind stuff like that. That's basically what happened to me.
Right.
So in that time alone, them 2 years by myself, like God helped rebuild me back to who I was. You see what I'm saying? Like understanding what I went wrong, like it's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't blame myself for your actions. I can't, especially when I wasn't even on that type of time. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got to forget yourself, and that's the hardest thing to do. The inner you, the inner me, the enemy, your inner me. That's what the enemy is, your inner self. That's what the enemy is. You're your worst enemy. You got to come out of agreement with it. You gotta really forgive them, because if you hold a grudge against them forever, you holding them in your heart. You holding them hostage. Right. You'll never progress and reach your goals in life if you still holding on to things that happen. Man, you ain't got to show that you don't fuck with them. You ain't got to show it. Just be cordial and keep it moving. I'm just being real about it. I just feel like every action don't deserve a reaction. And I feel like my silence is going to speak louder than me even much cussing or fussing, doing all of that. So I'd rather not say anything.
But like I said earlier, that reaction could be you just hitting the high note.
But people associate that though with displacement emotion, because this situation don't make you mad. You might feel some type of way about the situation, but you're not letting it consume you when you feel like you have to respond to it. That people label that as displaced emotion, but I just feel like when you know better, you do better. You've been through a lot of toxic situations. You're gonna remove yourself from any toxic environment immediately, expeditiously. Oh yeah, I ain't dealing with that. Phone be ringing. Them gonna sit there. You see it. Oh, keep on playing the game. What y'all saying now, fellas?
Yeah.
Man, that darkness, that disrespectfulness, disrespect has no expiration date. It has no expiration date. Disrespect can mess up a lot of beautiful things that's put in place for your good. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when it's a beautiful thing. Man, disrespect, man, I don't care how much I love you. Disrespect me, I'm gone. I just feel like that I'm at that point now. I tolerate it so much that I'm just not even gonna let myself get in that room again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm not doing that no more. Hell to the no.
And that shit, it'll hurt. It hurt, but you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, if it's what's best for your mental, you know what I'm saying. You got to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you can pour all the love in the world, and to know that shit.
She'll curl with the pot, baby.
That shit ain't meant to be. Shit, that shit
out of there,
man.
Out of there. It's like how I evaluate situations now. Like, you're gonna have your darkness when you evaluate situations, and man, don't do that shit. Man, don't do that shit. But you like, you know what? I can't apply what they did to everybody else, so I give it a chance. I will try. Yeah. But now if you start triggering me, I'm like, okay, cool. My darkness is acting up, but I'm gonna see. Maybe people have the same qualities. People have the same mannerisms. They might like the same things, the same color. And it could be any little thing like that. They could trigger you. They might bathe in the same perfume or cologne or soap or whatever.
Yeah.
But little stuff like that, you ain't gonna start talking for that. Some people not strong enough to handle that, though. Some people not strong enough to handle that. You was hanging on my boyfriend. I ain't gonna talk to you. Anybody who wear that cologne ain't shooting.
What's that astrology shit, man?
That girl told me one time this girl gave me her number. It was a good 2 days, bro. It wasn't even 2 days. She said, "What sign you is?" A Gemini. She was like, "Oh, I can't do that.
I could never."
Do. Look, I was like this. Hello.
Like, nigga, you know how many Geminis was born, bitch? Like, so all of them. All of them.
Boy, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I was like, what the hell? That was weird.
So you saying all of them fucked up, huh? Okay.
Boy, I be so weak, boy. That joke be too funny, man. I thought about it the other day. I said, I remember when that joke happened, boy. I was too weak. But it's like I said, that's people triggers. You see what I'm saying? People that been through something and everything that they acknowledge or why they want to talk about, that's their triggers. But they haven't given themselves time to heal, to see past that, or heal that, hey, I took a part in this too, being my trigger. You see what I'm saying? It's called self-accountability, bro. Like, don't nobody have self-accountability. That's holding self accountable for the decisions we allowed ourselves to go into.
Shit, that's like telling a motherfucker, you call a female a bitch. I ain't did shit to the nothing that. Talking about something. Man, oh, you a Scorpio. I can't. What? Huh?
What that mean?
What is a Scorpio supposed to do? Well, y'all. Hey.
Boy, I swear.
Hey.
Boy, oh, y'all Gemini is crazy. Hey. Bro, only if you push up to that point,
How?
bro.
I'm like, man, whatever. Just because I was born when this star was right over my head.
Yeah, it's my fault.
It's my fault. You crazy. I'm sorry.
That is stupid though, yo.
I dated a Gemini back in the day, and I said I'd never do it again. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I heard that before too.
Huh?
I heard that before too.
So I just met you. So you saying, okay, cool, we got it.
So I'm basically, you judging me off of the shoes that he left. And if I come in my own shoes, baby, I only want to wear them ugly shoes.
You think it was my fault? Mom and dad did what they did on that day?
At the same time as his parents did? Every day somebody doing something.
Yeah,
what you mean?
Shit. So, if that worked for you, baby, I ain't missing shit.
Right.
I ain't missing a motherfucking round.
See, in my darkness is, once I get in my mind, bro, that I'm just like, man, I'm too triggered right here. Remind me of my ex. Call me Boss D-Lo, because I ain't going. Out of there. No.
My darkness. My darkness is unlike the darkness.
You like that toxic shit, that rap shit.
It ain't. No. When I say I liked my darkness, is shit. Them 2 years you spent, mine was shit 10.
But is that really considered darkness though? I've heard somebody tell me it was darkness. Some people, like other people some people understand it, some people don't.
It's subjective. I feel like I've been told shit. You've been single too long. You know what I'm saying? But shit, if I know I'm not looking for that, or I know I'm not equipped to start, and I think I did myself a detriment by being single that long. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I have.
Yeah, because you like.
I'm used to shit like I said, bro.
How long you was saying, about 7 years?
Nah, I talked.
Yeah, I get the gays talking. You talk, then it's situationship, and then it's relationship. Yeah.
So I've had.
You had situationships and talking.
I've had that, yeah.
Yes.
But me knowing that shit ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, because situationships and talking ain't guaranteed to equal a relationship. But we still entertain the shit, because I do the same thing too.
Like shit, niggas get lonely, you feel me, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all sad.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know for a fact that I did, because now being in a relationship for the first time in
7 years?
Shit, it might be longer than that, to be honest with you.
But I was finna say, if you let's say you've been single 10 years, you 10 years behind the game.
Yeah.
Because everything has changed. Even when you get married, you still, think about it, I'm 6 years behind the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was married for 6 years. You out of the dating scene. So everything is still changing. Everything's still going. But
at the same, like, it's it's two sides to that coin though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucker, if me and you, you know, if one girl was it one versus 20 or 1 versus 10? One, you know what I'm saying? One woman, if a woman asked me and asked you the same question, well, what was your longest relationship? Or when was your last relationship? Shit, nigga, you like, I was married for 6 years.
Yeah, David, yeah.
Motherfucker asked me, shit. Well, I've been single for.
Right, Corey. Even ask me what sign.
I've been single for X amount of years. I haven't had a real relationship in that long. You're ahead of the game because
I've had a few.
You've had, you know what I'm saying. You've did the ultimate. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. So even though you were out the game for 6 years, you won the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just shit.
Yeah.
I'm on the market. I'm a free agent. I've been a free agent. Ain't signed no waivers.
You ain't trying to look.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't sell cars with an NFL talent.
I'm outside on the court at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Just hooping by myself.
Yeah.
I might have some skills, but are those skills
applicable to get in the country?
You feel me? You feel me? Like I said, I might shit. I know I can do it, but I can't play on the team like the you know what I'm saying?
Can't play team ball.
You feel me? So like being comfortable by being by myself and being in that. It can be dark. It was dark at times. It was enjoyable at times. It was peaceful at times. But not having the interest or the mindset to pursue that did me a disservice. Yeah. And that's part of my darkness. Now that I'm coming out of that, my past these past 3 years I've been in one situationship and now a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm behind. She's walking, and I'm just taking my first steps.
It's okay though. That's life.
You know what I'm saying?
So everybody's life experiences is different. And everybody's traumas is different.
I had a homegirl. She broke it down. She was like, man, women who've been through or people that have been in relationships, they read on the 12th grade level. If you haven't been in a relationship for that long, you might read on the 3rd grade level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're talking to somebody that's reading on the 12th grade level and you're on the 3rd grade level, there's 2 things that can happen. Either they can continue to read at that pace
and pull you a wood
and help me skip these grades to get on it, or shit, they gonna continue to read at this pace and hey, you gotta work this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're leaving on 3rd grade. So, you just gotta find that person. Like me, I ain't in a relationship for nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the feelings for this girl that I do for nothing. So, it's just that's my, and then being that I've been alone for so long, communication, the empathy, the willing to see somebody else's side, or the willingness to want to see what somebody else is thinking about a situation that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I'm behind in it. So that's true. That's dark. You feel me? Like shit, that's darkness to me. And that's just on the relationship. Shit, personally, bro.
That's on A1.
Bro, that shit is like I said, I'm going to therapy. Yeah. Because I know it's shit that has transpired, that has molded and formed me into something that isn't
what it started out being.
And isn't going to help me to be the best version of me.
That's why I said everybody got to clean out their closets, bro. And you got to sort between the things that's worth keeping that's gonna better yourself, or the thing that's gonna hinder you. And better yourself could be being a better father, being a better husband, being a better wife, being a better mother, being a better worker, because you got to be a worker to be a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? You just excelling at work. You there for your parents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You being all of this well-rounded person, like you said, a jack of all trades, a master of none. You being all these things people need you to be, being well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna help you navigate. You see what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, you really gotta sit there and sort everything out. You have to. You gotta see what's worth keeping, what's worth, if it's not helping you and it's hindering you, or it's just something it's not making an effect, negative or positive, it's just in the way. Okay, get rid of that too. And that's why I get to myself. That's how I take my account. When I'm by myself and I'm able to think, you know what I'm saying, break stuff down from the previous week, previous day, whatever, you know, so whether it's good, bad, ugly, or tragic, that time right there, that helps me sort through all of that. You know what I'm saying, keeping account of what I need to improve on. Instead of doing spring cleaning every spring, every weekend you cleaning something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because
you accumulate stuff through the week when you going to work. Just spirits, personalities, people mindset they trying to put on you. You know what I'm saying? It's frustration, it's anger. It's just like, man, let me just do what I need to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's work, whether you're at home with your other parents, kids, whatever you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It leaves a nasty taste in your mouth. And you have to get to yourself and reset, refocus. You know what I'm saying? Take that time. Think of it like you're going to take a shower. You got to go back in the house every day when you go through, so you got to come on and take a shower.
Leave it in there.
Right. Let it go down the drain.
That's what I tell people, like, I had a conversation with one of my associates last week. He, not from Birmingham, in school, playing football. I think I talked about it last week. Going through life, like, life is kicking his ass. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And walking the door at work, you alright, bro? Come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Y'all got the flow, come on. And, you know what I'm saying? He's dealing with some dark shit. He been with, you know what I'm saying? Like, some dark ass shit. And if you don't have, like I said earlier, man, you gotta have somebody there to motherfucking, that wants the best for you.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. It's crazy that.
That's what I told you. Life is a team sport, bro. You can't get through life by yourself. That's why love is very important, bro. Love is very important. The 7 types of love is very, very important. It is. You have to have community. You have to have, like, since it just started, I've been speaking, trying to manifest. And, you know, as I told you, I've been on my little spiritual journey or whatever. I don't say a little spiritual journey. It's a big spiritual journey because big blessings out of this thing. Forgive my language, y'all. I'm trying to change that, too.
Not going to happen over there.
You gotta speak positive. You can't speak bro. Yeah. Like, just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you being modest. You know, you gotta speak it for what it is, bro. If it's great, say it's great. It's legendary, say it's legendary. You know, don't make excuses. No benefit in doubt, like we said. But, man, it's just really, really deep when you gotta really sit there and understand, like, hey, this is what I suck at right here. This is what I suck at. From past situations, this is why I suck at this. Now, you right here at A, this at F. Now you trying to see how to get to F. And you got to go through those steps.
Each one to give it your all.
It's always an alternate route, but you got to find it, though. Yeah. And that's a deep soul searching. That subconscious, man, we never really know account for how much really is in our subconscious, the things we've been through from the first day we took our breath till now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you talk about them steps and it's an alternative route, you can't look at it as like a shortcut.
Right, exactly.
Because life, shortcuts will get you fucked. Yeah, you might get there. Mm-hmm. You might get there, but you miss. What was back in the day? Cliff Notes.
Yeah, Cliff Notes.
For them book reports.
Yeah,
you might be able to write this report, but
look at the Cliff Notes. It's deeper than rap.
Shit,
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're missing something.
And that's why people try to speed up healing. You trying to get the F, to heal from that what happened. Yeah. But people trying to get the F instead of going through all the letters to get the F. So when you do that, that's why you got people gaslight, people that ain't here, they don't want to be by themselves, stuff like that. Like, you got to take the steps to heal. Mm-hmm. And everybody's steps to heal is different. Yours might be going shopping. You know what I'm saying? Yours might be traveling. Yours might be playing the game. Yours might be hanging out with your homegirls, having sleepovers, talking. You know what I'm saying? What helped me start my healing from my divorce up until now was me being on the game with my cousin, them, ABN. I was on the game, like I said before earlier when I first started doing it. Man, we laughed, we talked, we fussed, we cussed, we cried. Everybody going through something. You know, that's when I let them really in and let them know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they was like, dang, bro, you just quiet. What's going on? You know. So.
Corey, hold on. First of all, Keisha, evolution is inevitable if you want it. True, facts, always. Yes. Corey, I'm over here wondering, is since swear of a man a few words, did he go get a talker or a woman who also was a few words? She is definitely a talker, bro. Definitely a talker. I can't talk enough. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is her saying to me, bro. Well, since I always carry the conversation, what do you want to talk about? Bro, I'm letting you want to talk about some shit. Go ahead, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But she definitely a talker, just to, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Even when I don't want to hear shit, she gonna talk. She gonna say something. But
ain't nothing wrong with being a man if you words me, dog.
I ain't tripping. I'm tripping. Keisha, learned behavior and culture constructs. Yes, ma'am.
That's true.
Facts. Keisha again. Corey, Dr. Sway. Hey, listen, I am not none of that. You love the new Sway?
It's a different Sway. Different Sway. You can tell the difference though.
It ain't.
Look, episode 15 before we started it, bro. You're more vocal. You're more transparent. You popping your shit, and we see it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, when we started this, that was, I think, episode 1. I was like, shit, I'm gone.
Yeah, we already said this was gonna happen. It's gonna bring it out of you. That was manifestation though, because you wanted a difference. We started this, so you see what I'm saying? Yeah. You manifested that, bro. You thought about that.
I'm trying, Keisha.
You can talk, but if you're a man of few words, you're a man of few words. But you can talk and communicate. You can still be a man of few words.
I definitely communicate. It's just certain situations and certain conversations I can't speak on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if you ask me a question about whether in a relationship, what do you feel? I ain't been in one.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't been in one. So when she asks questions, she always says she asks me questions to see where my head is about certain situations. Cool. I'm gonna tell you if I can speak on it. Like we said, shit, I can only speak on
what I know.
What I know.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you ask me something I don't know. Shit, you know, I'm finna go back to watching YouTube.
We doing this now. I seen a reel, and Marlon Wayans said this, and I found it.
This ice good, y'all. By the way.
Would you please? I ain't saying nothing, Keish. I'm just saying it's the truth. Like Marlon said this, and it makes sense. He was like, they asked him about when you decide to be in a relationship, like.
Oh yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
And he was like, yes, communication is very important. He said, if we have to always talk about the relationship, is it worth getting in a relationship? Because you can't really talk about it. You have to learn. Everything is brand new.
I just want to live in this shit.
Yeah, just go with the flow. You're going to learn. You can't speak on something if you ain't got there yet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to, everything new you don't know. You can't base it off of your last relationship. You have to go with the flow of things. Understand the flaws, understand the darkness of each other, and understand what caused that darkness, so you know how to navigate through that darkness.
Keisha, you're not finna you're not finna doctor me, bro. Like it's not the language. It's not the language. If you ask me a question about being with somebody, or how would you feel if X, Y, Z, or have you done? I can't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give you, if it happened to me, or
yeah.
Well, I can't say in my past relationships this is what.
But you haven't been in one.
I haven't been in one.
So you can't speak on what you haven't experienced yet. That's what he's saying, Keish.
I can't. Like I said, I haven't experienced. I don't even want to look at the whole thing, of course.
He said, man, I was just like 12 on our podcast. In the first year of episodes, I sprinkled in words. Now you have to take the mic.
On me.
Not doctor.
Like the best way I can explain it is, like I said, she was a long term, so she's been through and seen certain situations and have formulated an opinion on something that she dealt with, or she had seen, or she noticed. I solo, dolo, one band, one sound, me, and I have not had to think or had to put myself, or didn't put myself in in that deep water. Yeah. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you haven't had that responsibility of doing such.
Right.
Like, you got to be in a situation where, like Future said, you can't think for yourself. You got to think for the team. So you've always thought for yourself because you've always been by yourself. So she's trying to cultivate you into thinking as two instead of moving by yourself. Y'all moving as one, but listen, if I'm following, you got to lead me the correct way.
Right. And that's the thing, like, I can lead you,
but you gotta want to be led.
You gotta want to be led,
and it's not at your pace.
And also, how can I coach a basketball team when I've been playing tennis my whole life?
Ooh, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, okay.
How can I give you insight on shit when I'm blind?
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
I'm
learning, I'm figuring it out, because even in my past situations, it's nowhere near as advanced as it is now.
Yeah,
nowhere near.
Yes,
I was in dealing with them. I was in elementary school, motherfucker. I'm in college right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's real. Like, and they say, you know what I'm saying, when you see something you actually want, you'll go through it to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I didn't see they were just passing time, or, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They fed into a part of me that I needed to get fed into.
At that point in time.
It's
true. Facts.
Now, shit, she's feeding into me more than I'm feeding into her.
Yeah, it might be like that sometimes.
And I'm trying to I'm trying to be equal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I told her, and shit.
On everything he ate with that line, Corey. On God, he ate with that line. I can't coach a football team if I've been coaching tennis my whole life. Yeah, right, bruh. Hey, bro, that's... Bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's freestyle. That's off the dome right
now. That's off the dome. Yeah. I just make beats. My guy spit. I'm just making beats. I'm making beats.
I spit records, hot fire. But no, like it's just one of those things where we say all the time, if you want better, you gotta do better.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, like I said, when that shit hit my hands,
Is you gonna catch it like Jerry Rice?
I got stickled.
So you out there like Jerry Rice?
You know what I'm saying? I had to get stickled. You feel me? Like it's just because when it like you seen something.
When it click.
When you seen something.
Something like, hold on, hey, come here right quick.
When somebody show you something different,
so give you some money can't buy.
you know what I'm saying? Shit, you gotta catch up. Like I said, I was reading on the third grade level when we first started talking. A year down the line, shit, I ain't on the 12th grade, but goddamn,
you like 7th grade, right?
Yeah,
now.
I'm finna hit high school.
Middle school.
I'm trying to get to high school.
All right.
So you know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, if I haven't been in a situation or I haven't thought about that, now I might not respond right then and there because I'm a thinker. I like to have what I'm gonna say thought out and what I'm gonna say make sense because I just can't.
Yeah, you think before you speak. That's always the best way to be.
You know what I'm saying?
Slow to speak, slow to anger.
It just don't flow like that with me, and that's an issue. But I'm trying to get those tools to if I say it, okay, listen, if I say this wrong, don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get better with speaking when spoken to.
She is cooking.
So I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying?
She hype you up, man. She bigging you up. She bigging you up, big dog.
But like I said, it's just one of those things, man. Like when you, like I said, you've been on the other side of that fence.
I've been on the other side of the fence. I know what that fence like.
I'm just peeking over right now.
I know you like this. You like Wilson. You like Wilson.
That's how you see. It's my eyes right now.
Yeah, you just eyes in the hat. That's it.
But shit, behind them, I'm building me a step stool. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you trying to get up.
Trying to get over.
Right,
so
everything. Yeah.
That's all it is. But
yeah.
You know what I said, coming out of darkness, man, it's scary.
It is.
But it's necessary.
It is though.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So
it's a process too. It's definitely a process. It's definitely. And patience is needed in that too. Because y'all definitely got to be patient with each other. Even on a person who's on a higher level, it's going to require a magnitude of heavenly patience with that person because you love this person, you love what you see in them. But if you really want that, and he's the man for you or she's the woman for you, you're going to have to be patient. Because love is patient and love is kind. If you love that person, patience and kindness goes hand in hand. That's going to flow.
And like I say, I'm way patient. Way more patient than she is.
Oh, yeah. Normally, that's how it is.
Way more patient. But
I know I'm a real patient person, too.
But, you know, like I said, with communication, hey, listen, you got to be, if this is what we want, you don't have to be patient with
And then this, too. Remember what you said, like, a man is leading.
Yeah.
So if that's what she wants, and you're the man, you're going to lead whether you read on 12th grade level or not. You still the head of the household, you still leading. So even when you're leading, she has to develop patience because she's marching to the beat of your drum if you're leading them in the right direction. You can't switch up the tone, switch up the tempo like Chris Brown. You got to go with the tone. You got to go with the tone.
Until you're on the same page.
Whatever that person's darkness is, whether it's her darkness or his darkness, you got to really be patient with them. You see what I'm saying? And no, it's going to get greater later. It's all right. You're going to get there. Yeah. And that's because you have to operate in those environments of your weakness. You have to operate in those environments until,
you have to be uncomfortable.
It's like the first time you got a whooping. They just shock you like this. But then the next time you start getting used to it. You used to operate. You know what's going to happen. You know how it's going to go. You see what I'm saying? It's just steps. By the way, the chef got the spoon in his hand right now, and I need him to start stirring that. Right. Dubs, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Steph out there he's showing y'all why he the GOAT. Steph out there, hey.
Yeah, it's behind y'all.
We looking at it. Yeah. We talking. We multitasking. We do this.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's shit.
Yeah, like you got to be patient though, and a lot of time I've heard podcasts where men will be like, well, women want a finished product. They don't want to be patient with the man while he's going through his darkness and he's trying to shift and he's changing. Because God put a lot on the man's shoulder. He's the head. He's supposed to lead the household. He provide and protect and lead. And you have to serve. You can't lead. You can't serve and not lead. And you can't lead and not serve. It goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? You can't be no leader if you ain't serving.
Absolutely.
You can't.
You don't know how to lead if you haven't been served.
You ain't never been a good follower, so how you gonna be a great leader?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like it's the communication and it's the patience. Like they say, they love you. They gotta be patient with you. Everybody, I use this analogy time and time again. It's like a rose bush in your grandmother's front yard. You might see a rose bloom at the last day of winter, and you might see a rose bloom at the last day of summer. But every rose has a different timeline when it's going to bloom. It's not meant for everything to bloom at one time. Everybody's timeline is going to be different. What might work for this rose, it might take a little bit longer with this rose. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and they got the sun being indoors.
Yeah. It might have some malnourished deficiencies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be your raising. You got your nutrients coming up. You was raised in a Dr. Huxtable household. You got word affirmation and love. I grew up on the other side of the fence over there on 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? And I got some deficiencies, some malnourished deficiencies in my life that I didn't receive, and it didn't help me develop my personality like it should have.
Right.
Some core goals and role things that I'm missing.
Right.
So you got to understand, everybody come from different walks of life. Everybody tests are different. We got to understand too, though, that it's a difference between an obstacle and an opposition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
An obstacle is something God allows to happen to get your attention to sharpen your skills. An opposition is just a distraction to throw you off of your purpose. Like they ain't for the good. They ain't with you. They against you. They in the way. So, I mean, it's a lot of wolves out here in sheep clothing. There's a lot of them out here. But you gotta, like I said, seek ye first the kingdom of God. We gotta get our discernment right. We definitely have to.
And a lot of the wolves got fat ass.
A lot of what? A lot of what?
The wolves got some.
You said a lot of mules?
Wolves.
A lot of wolves got a fat ass.
Got a lot of movement back there to be that distraction. You know
right. On everything, for real though. For real. That's true. There's a lot of distractions. It is. That's why I say like it's all up to you. What's your peaceful area with dealing with your darkness? Like what worked for me or might work for him. Well, it might not work for him. It might work for me. It might not work for us, but it might work for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's just about being more self-aware, and you can't. There's no way you can love somebody without loving yourself first.
Thanks.
You gotta choose you. It might look selfish, but you gotta choose you. Because if I can't take time, like, okay, Jew, you feeling weak in this area right now. Let me see what I need to do. What triggered me to get right this week? Okay, boom. I'm excelling at this, but I can still improve this. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we doing this right now, but we trying to get to C. Okay, so what else we need to do to get to B so we can go ahead and get to C. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you take time to yourself, I think everybody needs time to themselves, away from everybody. Take you 30 minutes or an hour, even if you take a whole day, a few hours a day. Like, do that. Get to yourself, talk to God, get in a place where you can talk to him and he can hear you, you can hear him. Like, no distractions. And, you know, that prayer life got to be A1 though, man. Listen, I be praying all day, walking and praying. Like, when I was younger, you see folk talking to this and wonder what was wrong with them. Man, them folk talking to God, bro. A lot of them folk be talking to God, bro.
No.
I ain't gonna say all Lord.
No,
But I'm just saying, though, like...
They having a full argument with 15 people in their head at the same time.
Yeah. But you never know what they be talking about, though. You know, they could be sorting somebody in life. They probably got something going on. You never know. Because I might be with mother to talk to myself. I might be by myself like, man, I shouldn't have did that shit, bro.
True.
That's what I'm saying. Those people can walk past your looks movie, they think you crazy. You see what I'm saying? You don't never know what people talking about. But identifying your darkness is very, very important. It's definitely important in understanding what turned you to your darkness. What transpired to make you be deficient in that area. Like, because I know I still got things I'm trying to figure out within myself. Well, man, listen. I'm still trying to figure things out to better myself. Even my light, I'm trying to better my light. I'm trying to better my darkness. But you know, it just comes down to it. If you trying to better yourself, you trying to love yourself, you got to do what makes you happy. No matter what it is, do what makes you happy. You want to take that trip every year for your birthday? That's what I do. Take it. It's something you're doing for yourself. Whether your friends going with you or maybe you taking a solo trip. Man, you still got to do it. It still has that definition, that meaning that it's always had. Yeah. You still got to do what you got to do. Like, for real. Man, listen. Keisha, don't start with me. No, Cora, we don't. That's why she said just crazy as hell. Who are you talking to? Them, nobody.
Keisha, I'm going to tell you every day. I work in, the hood. I kid you not. Every day this old man be yelling. I'm talking about telling stories. Talking to himself. Cussing motherfuckers out in his head.
Right.
When I say all fucking day long. All fucking day long. I think he was a pimp back in the day. The way he be talking. That shit be funny. I said I was going to put a microphone on the back of his collar one day and just record all day to see what the funny nigga talk about.
Yeah.
Cause, bro, when I tell you that motherfucker be having some stories, bro. By himself, just talking. They're crazy as fuck. But
But people like that been through something and they healing. They be healing. That's their healing therapy too, talking to themselves.
He ain't healing. That nigga living in that shit.
Oh, for real. He probably need to go in. He said a pimp. Corey said, I don't think we ever start figuring ourselves out, dude. Yeah, you right though. You right, Corey. You never do. That's why I put those times in. Like, that was how I got through a lot of stuff. By taking time to myself, pulling back, thinking about my next move, planning, strategizing, understanding where I fell short of things I could have did better, being like, dang, what I do messed up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, just figure things out on my flaws. Like, I'm not perfect. I know I got darkness, but with you taking the time to yourself, if it takes you to take time to yourself, and get some straightening with yourself and look in the mirror and talk to yourself, man, do that. Talking to them. Oh, that's what Keisha said he was talking to them. Oh, them 70s drugs were hell.
Hell, boy.
Boy, they on that Jimi Hendrix, ain't they?
Hell, boy. Tell you.
they lucid in the moment.
Bro, listen, bro. This is totally out of fucking subject, bro. So in 5 points, bro, it was one homeless dude who pretty much ran the block.
Oh, he the head homeless in charge.
Ran the block. Ran the block. When I tell you, and people that knew him before, bro was like a model, bro. You know what I'm saying? Was like played basketball. He was on his shit, and he had some. You ain't lying, that pure
cocaine,
that Colombian,
Colombian bam bam.
So he was on his shit. Some shit got laced, and he been fucked up ever.
Yeah.
So boom. Like when I was at Foot Locker in 5 points, he was running. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm at City Guild, bro, we ain't seen bro about 4 or 5 months. Not even that long, about 2 months.
Yeah,
ain't seen him. Soon as the bro left, it's like everybody and their mama, all the homeless, all the motherfucking crackheads, just converged in 5 points. So you see, and it's crazy. Like I said, it's totally off topic, bro. It's crazy. You see. White crackheads in 5 points. White crackheads, black crackheads. This old man, bro, I'm telling you, I could literally put a camera in front of my door. And I'm guaranteed everybody and their mama will watch the shit. Everybody and their mama will watch shit because it's always...
He said random block is crazy. Before y'all get off of this episode, I got to know what to think about these stupid humans out here that want to challenge these silverbacks. And we know what colors they are. Hey, some of us was challenging them silverbacks, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that when we finish this discussion. We're going to talk about that.
Man, like,
listen. I blame Mystical. You see me in the jungle fighting the bear. Help the bear. It's Mystical fault. Boy,
diabolical. I had raised a question on there too. Would you take a gorilla or a bear in a fight? Which one would you take?
Shoot, neither. I'm not doing neither.
No, I'm saying if you put a gorilla and a bear in the
Man, a bear takes shotgun shells to the chest, bro, and still be tweaking out.
Shit, what you think a gorilla gonna do?
You hit him in
That's armor plated, nigga. Like for real, that shit.
Shoot, a bear ass too. That's armor to fat.
Shit.
Either way it go, you gonna die, bro. So just
I seen a reel about that. It was a white dude. He was like, when somebody asked me that question, I had to think about it. Whose opinion would I take more? White people or black people? He said, I'm gonna take black people's opinion on this situation more than I would take white people because black people have a better ability of assessing danger than white people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit. He was like, shit. White people, when they see somebody running, they gonna run to figure out what the fuck going on. When black people see somebody running, they run in the same direction trying to get away from that shit. So
we'll find out later when we stop running.
You know what I'm saying? We'll watch the news. I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to know shit. But
right.
And with that question, shit,
look, he said, "I hope King Kong tear their ass."
The gorilla.
Man, listen, you heard T-Pain made his video about it? Mm-mm. T-Pain said, that joke was so funny, he was like, 10 niggas fighting a gorilla. He said, you gotta really break it down. He was like, it's about the environment. He said, if it's in the trees, he said, we cooked. But we in an open field, in a gorilla, and 10 of us, we taking them down, but I'm sitting there weak. The dude was like, but you think about it, or a bear take shotgun shells to the chest. That dude said 50 Cent got shot 17 times before Power. I'm putting 50 against the bell. Boy, I was weak. I said, boy, this is so crazy.
Absolutely fucking not. I seen, like, back, National Geographic, I seen a gorilla walking through photographers and just grab a photographer by the leg and walk with that motherfucker. Like, drag that motherfucker.
And he just walking. He ain't
no fucking effort. Like, that motherfucker.
That motherfucker strong, bro. They crazy. They said 100 dudes and they said 10 dudes or something like that.
A gorilla.
He's strong as 10 men, ain't it?
One punch from a gorilla could cave a man's skull in. 100 unarmed men against one gorilla. I guarantee.
I'll take the gorilla.
I said, bro, it's gonna take the gorilla one time to yank a man's arm off his body. Half the niggas gonna run.
It's gonna take gorilla one time to the chin. Boop! And his chin fly way across the pasture.
It's over with.
It's over with, bro. I'm running.
That's
if I see somebody fighting a gorilla, I'm helping the gorilla.
Shit, I ain't helping nobody. I'm getting in the car and getting the fuck on.
I'm helping the gorilla.
That man dead. I said chimpanzees who are literally a third of the size of a gorilla.
They stronger than us.
Have ripped the skin off people's faces. Look it up.
Dang.
Look it up. You got people who had chimps as pets or was zookeepers who took the gorilla.
Remember Bubbles? Michael Jackson had Bubbles. He went crazy too. He tried to snatch somebody.
Man, fuck it. Like,
he probably snatched the black off Michael Jackson.
Big will bite, and this is the thing that chimps do, like real shit. They will, anything that you have to try to defend yourself, they will bite it off. Like, they will bite your fingers off. If you're trying to...
Oh, for real?
They will bite your fingers off. They have bitten noses off, ears off, fingers off.
That's crazy.
Toes off, penises off.
What?
Yes. I'm telling you, look it up. That's why I said, bro, ain't no way. 100 unarmed men, the gorilla gonna kill 30 before he feels some pain.
He probably ain't gonna feel no pain.
Bro,
30?
You think...
He probably gonna feel pain to like 100.
You think one man... You know how thick a gorilla's skull is?
Yeah.
You know how brittle our fucking hands are? One man, look.
You punch a gorilla in the face, he probably ain't gonna feel it unless you a boxer or something.
Yeah, no, you punch a gorilla anywhere, he ain't gonna feel it.
He said, I don't think I'm taking a bat, but gorillas can grab. They have hands. Bears don't go.
But they got claws though.
They got claws though. They can climb trees though. Both of them can climb trees.
It'd be a good ass fight.
He said, I'll take my chance just not running in a straight line. Hell, if it's a big enough bear, you gonna run slow anyway.
Bears run like 30 miles an hour.
Right, exactly. So zigzag gonna do that. He gonna run straight through you.
Man, listen. Any animals that are bigger than us, we stand no fucking chance.
I bet not see none of y'all out there on the news because you got your arm ripped off for trying to fight a gorilla. Don't be stupid, y'all. Please don't.
Please. Don't be like motherfuckers be jumping in zoo cages and shit trying to... Because you gonna die. You gonna die.
Man, listen.
Warriors in 7. Next rounders from the play-in to second round.
98, 86, 45.5 left in the game. Golden State going to the round 2.
Dylan Brooks, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Yeah, bitch, sit your ass down. But anyway.
Steph Curry with the shot.
I don't even think he had a big night.
You probably got like 25, I think.
20 something. Show it real quick.
Shoot, he ain't got up to 13 points.
And still.
So he hit number 3 though, so you know. That's a quick score real quick though. But yeah, we definitely gotta, back on topic though, we definitely gotta identify our darkness. We gotta understand why, like I said, why to the what? Why is that your darkness? What caused that to be your darkness? And since that's your darkness, what are you gonna do to change that? What are you gonna do to fix that? He said, thank God Charles Barkley chose the Rockets. That ninja, the angel of death if he picked your team. Right. Shoot, Drake is too, though. Drake hard.
Ooh. I'm to my budget.
Yeah, that's over.
But yeah, man, but you gotta want it.
Dang, Van Vliet, knock that bit down, okay.
You gotta want to do better. That's the key. The key to everything, man. You gotta want to get better. You gotta want to
put in the work.
You gotta want to be in a different mind frame, life situations in order for that to work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lived in the dark. The dark. What Bane said. The darkness was my comfort.
Oh yeah, he was like, I was born in it. He said, you adopted the dark. Except I was born in it. Raised by it. I didn't see lights when I was a man. Like, that's real. That's a real statement too. You can apply to life.
If you don't want to see the light, you know, it's not going to be attainable to you. So, wanting to do better, wanting to be a better person, wanting to be a better father, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, sister, whatever the fuck it is, man, you got to want to do better and hold yourself accountable for your own situation. Other than that, man, it's not going to work. Because life really, like you said earlier, it's about being uncomfortable. Uncomfortable situations force growth. Uncomfortable situations breed growth. And as long as those uncomfortable situations or conversations or whatever it is are meant or brought to you with the best intentions, because you can have a difficult conversation with somebody who just want
to be on a pedestal.
You know what I'm saying? Want to bring you down. You know what I'm saying? If they have light, if they see light in you and want to help you bring that out, and you have those conversations, that's not always gonna happen. The real fruit, you know what I'm saying? like I said, I dealt with the darkness.
Yeah. I've had to deal with darkness. That's the only way you get to where you are in life. That's the only way you get better. You can't find no escape route. When you're in your darkness, you got to deal with it. You got to sit with the ugly sides and the simple sides of yourself. It's definitely, you definitely got to do that because that's the only way you're going to get better. There's no other way to get better. Just like Jesus said, the only way to God is through me. On the way to truth and the light. The only way you can better yourself is through the darkness. You got to go through your darkness. Ain't no other way.
Kids are trying to be technical.
To be technical and spiritual, we were born in the dark and incubated in dark too. We know, Keisha. We know. We know you trying to be technological. We know. We know. We know.
Oh boy.
We was made in the dark in the womb, molded by it.
You definitely made it in the dark.
Yes, Keish.
Cut off
Quick
the
question.
lights.
Uh-oh. She laughing. What's the quick question, Keish?
You on the spot, Keisha.
Miss Brown. What's your question?
It's probably something crazy.
Probably is. She laughing at you because she probably finna say something crazy for real.
Who we got? Minnesota? That's gonna be a good series.
No, I think Minnesota got in New York, don't it? Minnesota, what's the East?
Anyway.
Anyway? Oh, okay. That's gonna be a good series though.
Who Minnesota got?
They beat the Lakers.
Oh, they got Randall and
They got Randall and Anthony Edwards.
oh yeah. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it is. What's so funny?
Man, come on, Keisha.
Come on,
We waiting on you,
Keisha.
bro.
We waiting on you.
Talking about something.
What's so funny? You know who laughed and tossed a quick question?
Can your partner tell you the truth about yourself?
Yeah, we said that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that earlier. We actually had talked about that, Keish.
Yeah. It's got to be a two-way street, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to tell them about themselves, and they got to tell you about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, shit. Whether you see it or not.
The live is lagging. Oh, okay.
Whether you see it or not, whether...
That boy said Steph mama still fine. Steph Curry mama. That's subjective sway.
Nah, it's...
No, okay.
Nah, it's just... Anyway. Yeah. That's the only way it's going to be. That's that transparency.
Yeah.
And that safe place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If what they're saying to you is you, and they want you to either see it or change it or just bring it to your attention, yeah, they have to. They have to be able to tell you something about yourself.
I feel like you can't grow without vulnerability. Because how can that part of you grow if you're not operating that part of you? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like experience points. When you playing 2K, you got to practice on your dribbling, right? That's the only way you're going to get better. So you got to practice being in your vulnerable space in order to get better in that area. Every area of your life requires work. Every part of you, every part of your personality.
On to the next. Who was that last week? Was that Ben or Al who had said something about my Wolves?
I think that was... I forgot who that was last week said something about that.
But anyway, on to the next. On to the next. We got the next round. We still playing ball.
Oh, yeah. I thought the Warriors, they got eliminated. I was like, dang, my boy, they got put out.
No. Maybe next round.
I fuck with Curry. I don't know. Y'all got a good chance, though.
It's going to be a good ass series.
It definitely is. It's definitely going to be a 7-game series. Definitely. 7 or 6.
Nah, because I think I think we put Butler on Ant-Man and see how that goes.
Of course, yeah. Out the rip, yeah, out the gate, yeah. Definitely.
Cause Ant-Man a monster. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, that boy, man, that's the closest thing to MJ hooping right now. That dude going crazy out
I'm
there.
gonna say that.
Man, look at you ain't seen them side by side highlights of how they do the
I
same
wouldn't
move.
go that far now. I ain't going that.
I'm just saying the videos out there, they moves are somewhat similar for real, for
I
real.
mean, you know, shit. Kobe. Yeah, enjoy Cancun.
Dylan Brooks, right?
I wouldn't. It's too soon. It's too soon. And you know, Kobe played like Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Ant-Man explosiveness, and that takes people back to the early MJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like that MJ when he first came in the league, MJ.
But until you get some results, you know.
Till he win the championship, you know, it'll always be what it is. You know, what
He's a
cool
great
shooter.
player. He's just a great player.
Yeah.
All social issues to the side.
Right.
You'll be a great player.
He graded that. He was legendary for that move. That was a legendary move. That was legendary. My mama called me and told me it was legendary. She like, that was legendary right there.
Come on.
Anthony Edwards paid his child support up.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely legendary. He changed the game with that one.
He definitely did.
He definitely changed the game with that
And
one.
a lot of motherfuckers do not like that shit.
They don't. They gave a nigga way out there. Just pay it up. Just pay all of it. You gotta pay it.
Yeah, if you got it like that shit, pay 18 years down, I don't want this shit. Here you go. I don't want this shit.
On everything.
I ain't want the baby. I told you I didn't want the baby. Yeah. But anyway, that's another conversation.
That's another conversation for another day. I got episodes about baby mama, deadbeat daddy, deadbeat mama, child support. We're gonna talk about that later. Definitely talk about that later. But it's 10-14, you know. Episode 15 in the books, you know what I'm saying? Juice Word, you know, started this January 11th. You know, it's been a blessing for y'all, for us. It's growth on both ends. You know, we want y'all to keep tapping in. We're going to talk about the real. No, it ain't planned. It's just straight off the dome. Just out of experience. Nothing that we think or nothing that we feel like we know. No, we know it because we experienced it. We seen it. We've been through it. So, like I said, y'all check out my IG, Juice Caesar. Y'all can see my reels on there. Y'all check out my YouTube, Julius Parker III, Juice Word is my handle on YouTube. I'm about to start uploading these live videos on YouTube. So, you know, I got reels on there. You know, y'all share with a friend, tell a friend, you know. Y'all know my Facebook page, Julius Parker III. That's my professional page. Juice Word, the page that's attached to this page, that's my professional page. So, you know, I'm working. So y'all check out my TikTok too. Juicy's on TikTok. Your boy going up.
Hey, you got a lot going on, bro.
Hey man, I'm trying to move. I'm trying to move and groove.
You know, I see you.
You know what I'm saying? Moving and we grooving and we shaking and we breaking.
Me on the other hand, I'm slow motion right now. Lifing right now. But
Facts, Corey. Facts. Appreciate it, big dog.
You know, Sway's Closet is still in the works. Haven't been so active on my IG, Sways_Closet84. Haven't been so active, but it's coming. Sway's Closet YouTube is up. You can't subscribe as of yet because I haven't posted, but
I know that's real. Nightcap is a good one. Ocho be cracking me up. Ocho be going in on Nightcap with Shay Shaw.
with cousin Shay, Uncle Shay.
Uncle Shay, yeah. Nightcap be going in. Nightcap do be going in.
That thing's coming, man. Just be patient with me. Yeah. I want it to be a certain way, and it's gonna take time. But you know I need to go ahead and start uploading and let y'all see the progress and the progression. So it's coming. So just be tuned, and you know what I'm saying. Support both everybody. You know what I'm saying. We love everybody. We support everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, show some love. Send some stars too. Y'all send them stars. You know, we're gonna do our thing. You know, everything takes time. Uploading content, it's levels to it. But you know, it's a passion to do it. I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? So anything I'm passionate about, I'm gonna put my all in. You know me. I'm the type that carry me in cash and grind like I'm broke. That's just me. I'm still gonna grind it out. Ain't like Doe B said, ain't never too much paper, baby. Ain't never too much. Ain't never too much. Never too much.
That's a good problem to have.
But
Core.
we gonna do this segment, baby. Heat of the night. In the heat of the night.
Facts. You know what I'm
He
saying?
did that thing like Dr. Dre's Detox.
I'm trying, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's definitely on the way.
Right.
It's definitely on the way.
Right.
So just stay tuned.
Yeah, please
Cool.
stay tuned.
Cool. Let us know who got it tonight, though. You know what I'm saying? I really just grab these off the floor. So, nah, Nikki.
No, I threw these on because I was out and about with Drewski, big dog.
Yeah,
I just threw these on, big dog.
Nah, Nikki. You thought about that shit.
Wait, I wanted to wear them. What's wrong with wearing them?
Ain't shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know,
But, you know, I just got a little
with history in the making.
These are not
Not the Texas.
Not the Texas. These are the wings. But you got the gold on there.
Yeah.
Quilted on the inside. A little old something. When did these come out? 2022?
Yeah.
Yeah. Late 20. These came with Christmas. 21. You know, a little old something. Something I need to put back in the closet, but that's what I got for the night.
Yeah, we got these last year. You got these too. You know, before we went to Dallas, you know, they got the Venus Beach Kobe's. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Kobe, my favorite basketball player, so you know I gotta support the Mamba. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kyrie got them what the Kobe's that came out had to. You know, I converted them over from a LeBron fan to a Kobe fan. So you know what I'm saying? Dad did some good work. You know, good job, Dad. You know how that goes.
Anyway.
But you know, yeah, just a little light work. You know what I'm saying? You'll sneak in, you can appreciate the different colors, exuberant, you know what I'm saying? Got the shirt that say drip, you know what I'm saying? Just a little light work. You know, gotta have a sock game to go with shorts in the summertime. Gotta have your sock game, make sure you gotta be right. You know what I'm saying? But who you think won, Cole? Who you giving heat check of the night to? Who took the heat check tonight, Cole? My guy?
I'm just gonna say you got it, bro. You got it.
Corey is the judge. He decide. Bro, unless it's 11s, I can't go against. I tell you, see what I'm talking about? Hey, bro, you biased as fuck. You biased. You worse than Stephen A. Smith. Trash.
Man. Appreciate
That's
that.
all I know.
Appreciate
You know what I'm saying? You can't go against 12. You know, 12 is one of my favorite pairs too, so I respect it. I get it. I get it.
I personally, I give it. Because, you know what I'm saying? I looked at him and was like, I ain't feel colorful today. I just had to put on.
It's alright though, bro. You know, you got it, bro.
You feel me?
It's alright though. You know.
Just wait. We ain't even got in our bags yet.
We ain't got in our bags yet. We ain't got in our bags yet. Not for real.
We ain't got in the bag yet, man.
Corey A. Smith. I'm gonna stop and change his name to Corey A. Smith. Corey A. Smith.
But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate y'all showing love, support, comments. That's all I got, man. I'm tired.
Subscribe and follow, y'all. Peace. Y'all have a blessed week. We out of here.